guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to show you a look from start to finish. And this is basically what I do when I want something easy, quick, ready to go, and it doesn't take me long at all. So without further ado, let's begin. The first thing that I'm going to apply is my Prep and Prime Natural Radiance by MAC, and this is just a primer which is going to help me blend the foundation very nicely, and it's going to hydrate my skin and help the foundation last me all day. After applying my moisturizer and the primer, what I do is just I let those products sink into my face and let it air dry for a couple seconds. Then I am going to apply my foundation. Here I'm using the Motives Liquid Powder Mineral Foundation, and I absolutely love this foundation for every day and even for nighttime when I want more coverage, because it's buildable and it just gives the perfect finish. And I use a beauty blender to just give me that airbrush finish and that nice and seamless look. I am using a little darker shade than my skin tone from my face, but when you see my neck, you can tell that I'm still a little tan from the summer, so I have to use a darker shade that blends very nicely down my neck. Now I am going to grab this concealer by Persico Cosmetics, and I'm going to put a little bit underneath my eyes to help me open them up and really brighten that under eye area. And a little bit of this product goes a long way. I actually really like this concealer because it's very creamy and it's nice, easy to blend. And now I'm just gonna blend everything with a beauty blender. Now I am going to use my translucent loose powder by Shiseido, and I am going to use a flat brush to first apply the product, doing dabbing motions, and then I am going to grab the buff that comes with the powder, and I'm going to put a lot of powder right underneath my eyes and really pressing the powder in the skin to make it sink into the skin and help it stay and help it not crease. Then I'm just gonna let it sit underneath my eyes for a couple minutes until I do my eyes. And this method is called baking or cooking. And then I'm going to use this other product from MAC. This is a mineralized skin finish powder, and I'm going to set everything else but underneath the eyes. And what I love about this powder is that it sets the foundation, but it hydrates the skin at the same time, so it doesn't make you dry or cakey. So I decided to use a little bit more of that translucent powder right underneath my eyes because I'm about to work with them. And then I applied my primer from Too Faced with my finger to just give it a more blendable application, and it just melts with the warmth of your finger. And then I am going to use this eyeshadow by Motives, and this is in the shade Whipped Cream, with a flat brush, and I'm going to apply this right underneath my brow bone with a fluffy brush. This is the big blender brush from Motives Cosmetics as well. I am going to grab my 224 brush by MAC with the shade Cork by MAC, and I'm going to apply these right on the crease because this is gonna be my shade to help me transition the darker shades that we'll be applying next. Just make sure you do a windshield wiper motion with the brush, going back and forth, and doing circular motions on your crease to help you blend very nicely and help avoid any harsh lines.
Listen.
Then I am going to grab this shade called Cinnamon Spice by Motives, and with a flat brush I'm going to apply this right on my lid, doing just dabbing motions to avoid any fallouts, and I'm going to do it right in my other eye as well. And then I am going to grab my E45 brush by Sigma, and I am going to blend right in between those two colors to help me just erase any lines that I might create it. And for all my videos, I try to use the same brushes just so you guys can see that you don't have to go and buy tons of brushes. You can have some essential brushes and it will create so many looks. Then I'm going to use this eyeshadow. This is an eyeshadow pigment by Persico Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Spice Cinnamon. And I sprayed a little bit of the Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. You can also use Fix Plus to help the shadow really pop and make it more vibrant, even though they're super pigmented. So I just did that just to help me also avoid any fallouts underneath my eye, and that's also why the powder is there, to help me not, you know, ruin my foundation application. And there you go. So then now what I did, I just went and put a little bit of that same pigment right underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to this other eye, to my next eye, and I'm just gonna apply that pigment right on the lid. And then you wanna go back to that fluffy brush. Today I went back to my MAC 224 to just blend the edges, and my E45 to just help me blend any harsh lines. So it's all about going back and forth, guys. Just go back and forth with your brushes until you feel comfortable with the blending and you don't see no lines or no hard edges. Then I am going to grab this other pigment called Snow Angel, and I just love this pigment. It's super bright, and I just love that it brightens up my inner corner, so it makes me look more awake. And also by mixing this pigment with the brown shade, it gave me like a pink shade, so it was just so cool. And then I am going to take all that loose powder away, and then I am going to do my liner, and I'm using Little Black Dress by Modest Cosmetics with an angle brush. And it just what I decided for this look, because the liner really takes a lot of time, so when I don't have a lot of time, what I do is just I draw a little line right on my lashes, very close to my lashes. Not a super dramatic line, but something that helps my falsies blend in. And I just did just a little bit of gel right on top of it, but you can also do eyeshadow. But for this look, I just decided to do gel. But if you want something more quicker, just use eyeshadow. I did do other videos using eyeshadow so you can see the difference. Then it's time for the falsies, and I am going to curl my lashes first as always, and then I am going to apply tons of mascara because I don't like to put mascara on my false lashes. That way they last a lot longer and I can reuse them more times. And then I am going to apply my Lily lashes in the style Miami, and I have to say I've been really liking these lashes. They're just very different. I love the quality. I love they're super lightweight, but they're a little more on the pricey side, but they definitely worth the money. I'll definitely buy them again once they just not work anymore. And then it's time for bronzer, and I am using the Toofaced Chocolate Solie bronzer, and I am applying these with my Beauty by Rudy brush. And this brush is actually very cool because you can apply your bronzer and your highlight at the same time. It feels like the brush hugs your cheekbones, so it helps you place the contour shade right underneath that cheekbone, so it guides you and it really shows you where to actually place your contour shade without going too low. So that's why I really like this brush, and you can also apply 2-in-1. Then I am going to use a blush, and this is in the shade Sentiment, and this is by MAC, and I believe this was a limited edition blush. So any blush will do the job. Just choose any blush that you have in your makeup kit and it will do the job. This is more of a pinky plum shade. And then I am going to use the lip liner by Laura Mercier, and this is in the shade Plum Berry, and this is one of my favorite lip liners. It is like the perfect pinky shade. And then a little trick that I like to do is with a small brush with a little bit of concealer, just go and clean up the sides to make your lips appear a little bit fuller and just make them look more nice and clean. Then I am going to use the lipstick by Alexa Persico Cosmetics in the shade Ava, and I really like this shade. It's so pretty and shimmery. It has like the perfect shimmer, and I just love it for of an everyday look and more of a nude, you know, when you want something more on the natural side. And then I'm gonna apply the gloss, and this is called Pink Lace, and I have to say this is one of my favorite glosses. Oh my god, it is amazing. It is the perfect rosy lip, the perfect rosy lip gloss, and yeah, I mean, it's just so perfect, and I was just so in love with these, how the lip turned out. So we have come to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I hope you have enjoyed this full makeup look from start to finish, and please leave me some comment below to let me know what you thought of this look, and I see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.